Hello, welcome. This is review for week 2. This is for group number 2. You notice that this week we work with smaller groups, so you have to work with more specific people. And I hope that you enjoy the experience. And anyway, please make some comments on the forum in week 0 so I get some feedback on this kind of interaction. Do you like it? Do you like it? Or you suggest? So week 2, group number 2, this is Fernando Ivan Garza Hernandez, Melissa Gonzalez Flores, Gabriela Judith Gonzalez Lopez, Alejandra Faridet Guzman Perez, Grisel Herrera Peñuelas, and Juan de Dios Herrera Peñuelas. This is the biggest group that we have. In your contributions to your reflection about reading the article by Rebecca Smoke, Juan de Dios Herrera shares, I think that I would take away from this article, what I would take away from this article is the confusion that it explains that is causing the life of the author. I don't think that it's necessary to focus on just what it was that the author thought ESP meant or implied. I think that it should focus on the practical use of ESP and how it is used to help specialists in many fields. So I was reading the article, you could notice that ESP has many particularities and that I need to be well prepared in advance in order to meet the needs of a particular group when teaching English for specific purposes. Yes, that's very good. I mean, the main idea of the article was, again, to make you think again about what you thought ESP was and shake those beliefs a little bit, because as you can see from the article, it goes well beyond just teaching technical vocabulary or anything like that. And yes, it is used to help people in specific fields, so we have to be well prepared in advance. What you say is meet the needs of a particular group. Definitely. Needs analysis is, as ever, the cornerstone of any ESP course, so we need to be aware of that. So thank you, Juan de Dios Herrera. That's a very good contribution. We got Fernando Ivan Garza Hernandez, which is, first of all, I might say that my conception of the ESP approach was merely anachronic, to put it in some way, according to the most recent data. I call it that way, misconception, due to the characteristics of ESP described in the article. As mentioned, ESP practitioners believed the main job was to teach the technical vocabulary of a given field or profession. Yeah, again, that's the idea, to shake those beliefs, to make you aware that it's more to ESP than just teaching technical vocabulary, because vocabulary itself is useless if we cannot apply it in a specific area to complete a specific task in their professional lives or in their academic lives. So Fernando takes a great getaway from this, and he finishes with the knowledge I acquired after reading the article for Smoke is that there is more to ESP than meets the eye in terms of preparation. In order to design an ESP course, the teacher must analyze the field, the students, get to know the context, approach as much as possible the real materials and realities students use in the field. Yes, there's a lot of preparation going to ESP, and again, you have to talk not just to the coordination or the manager, specifically to the students, because they're the ones who are going to be doing the work, and we as teachers, we have to make it as accessible and as complete as possible, and that's the burden of the ESP practitioner or teacher. So thank you, Fernando Ivan Garza Hernandez. That was a very good contribution. Melissa Gonzalez Flores, again, she helped us with this. This article was very interesting. It helped me to have a clear vision of what the ESP is. And said at the beginning, practitioners believed that their main job was to teach technical vocabulary related to a profession, right? So yes, as I was saying in this review, this video, this week, sorry. Yeah, we need to shake those beliefs away and understand that there's a lot more to ESP than just teaching technical vocabulary. Melissa finishes with, as an ESP teacher, we require effort and time. It is a demanding labor where we have to choose the best strategies and content for our students. Yes, definitely. I mean, we have heard many times that the teacher plays a lot of roles, but never is it more true than in ESP, because in general English, you have your book, you have your exam, you have your material, you have flashcards, and you don't really take students' needs into attention because you're not going to prepare the class around your students' needs. You have a particular course and they take what they can get from it. In ESP is the opposite. We have to tailor-make the course to suit students' needs, and our activities have to match our students' learning styles, so it's a lot easier for them to process the information. So thank you, Melissa. That was very good. Okay, we got Grisel Herrera Peñuelas, and she posed, firstly, the article was interesting. Small revealed some of what her experience with ESP was in her career. The article also gave me a clear view of what English for Specific Purposes is. Okay, that's very good. I think, to really understand ESP, we have to read more than a few pages, but it gives a very good overview perspective of all the struggles that you have to go through in order to teach ESP. So I think what most of us take away is that teaching technical vocabulary is not really ESP. There's more to it than that. We have to work with functions, we have to work with presentation, we have to work with everything that students need to learn to do. So Grisel finishes, to sum up, ESP assesses needs and integrates motivation, subject matter, and content for the teaching of relevant skills. Finally, as teachers, we must be ready to develop courses to teach authentic language for many different fields based on accurate needs, analysis, and appropriate authentic materials and methodologies. Very good, Grisel Herrera Peñuelas. That's an excellent reflection. Right? We have to be aware that our students' needs are going to be very, very different. So we cannot take pretty much anything for granted. And this analysis has to be, the first step towards designing an ESP course. We got Gabriela Judith Gonzalez Lopez posting for this forum, and she mentions reading some of the author's experience and the characters of ESP in this article really made me overthink of what I thought ESP was meant to be. Okay, I'm not sure that expression is the right one. Overthink, like think over, like really, like consider, ponder again. But okay, this gave me a perfect opportunity to compare specific real-life situations I faced to the ones the author describes. As a teacher, I found several times mentioning the main purpose of ESP and failed to use it because I will try to teach it in a very standard and boring way. Oh, okay. So, Gabriela, you have taught ESP. That's excellent news. You can enlighten us with some of your experiences. Like you said, you have some similarities with the author, so I'm sure everything makes perfect sense for you. It says here that you had one experience teaching ESP and you didn't have any other factors like motivation. Okay, so it's great that you find this article useful. That's the point. Okay, and Gabriela finishes saying, although this is a subject that is evolving, if we take a look at the way it was implemented before, we can see that it has made steps forward, and I won't be surprised to find more information on the subject later on. Yes, that's the point. That's why we're studying this semester ESP. We're going to see how ESP is supposed to work, how can we design it, how can we choose materials, how can we make the proper decisions when it comes to methodologies for teaching, and assessing. That's also an important one. So thank you, Gabriela Judith. It was excellent news that you have from experience in ESP, and I look forward to discussing those experiences. So that's the end of your review for group number 2. Thank you, and remember to make some comments on the forum on week 0 to see if we're going to continue working like this or not.